everyone, and welcome to Connecting the Dots with Dr. Ashaye, a great place to be if you desire to take charge of your health so you can live fully while enjoying doing what you love. So, we're at the end of the year already. The holiday season is here. This month, I'm going to be sharing tips about how to stay on track with our health goals, even during the holiday season. So, many of you can relate to this, right? You start off the year or the month or the week or even the day with a healthy behavior. And then something happens. Maybe you go on vacation or family or friends come over, you get sick, and the entire plan falls apart. So the holiday season is particularly susceptible to this because, we want to celebrate, we want to relax, we want to enjoy. But some of those behaviors associated with celebration move us away from our goal. And so a lot of times I see people pausing on their health goal and maybe sabotaging it all the way. So today I want to discuss how we can still stay focused so we can still enjoy our holiday period, but stay on track. You're listening to Connecting the Dots with Dr. Ashaye. I'm Lola Ashaye. I'm a family medicine and lifestyle medicine doctor and owner of InTouch Primary Care in Sugar Land, Texas. And we help you become and stay healthy easily with hassle-free healthcare, freeing you to achieve your dreams. You can join our practice by going on our website and clicking the Enroll Now button. Okay, so before we get into it, if you have not already, please go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. This really helps us get the word out so more people can get this useful information. And also, if you're in the Houston area, I'm very excited to let you know we're going to have our very first in-person workshop. It's going to be a free event at our clinic here in Sugar Land, and I'm going to be joined by a functional nutritionist and health coach, Ruchika, and we're going to be sharing practical tips on and action steps for insulin resistance and maintaining a healthy weight. So if you or anyone you know is interested in this, please go ahead and register. There'll be a link in the chat for this. Okay, I hope that helps. Last week, we discussed how to manage stress and maintain well-being during the holidays. And in the previous week, we've discussed how to avoid overeating, and I've shared, tips on mindful eating as well. Today, I'm going to share about tips on ways to stay motivated for exercise during the holidays. So by now, we all know that there are tremendous benefits of regular physical activity for our heart health, for our emotional well-being, for our mental health, for lowering the risk of pretty much everything, cancer, heart disease, everything. But something that occurs commonly is that we start out with a physical activity plan, but then comes the holiday season or the weather changes or we go on vacation and then, it all goes down the drain. And it can be difficult to get back on track. So keeping that momentum is really helpful. So if you don't exercise yet, this is a great time to start. Don't wait. Don't wait until the holiday season is over. Don't wait until January 1st. Start now when you have a little bit more time. Start slowly. Sometimes when you go, hard too fast, it backfires because you hurt yourself or you're so achy, you don't want to do it again. So start now, start slowly, and, you'll be able to find out what works for you. So some people are more consistent when they have someone to exercise with. So you may need to join a gym class or find a exercise partner. Other people do better when they're wearing a tracker or when they're accountable somehow. Some people might do well with a treadmill or a workstation, a chair ball, finding a standing desk, things like that can help them be more active instead of just, sitting down all the time. So find solutions that are practical for your lifestyle. Okay, so let's get into the tips of, continuing to be consistent with physical activity. The first tip is don't rely on feeling motivated. okay? Because motivation is really not going to get you through. You can initially feel motivated to get started, but it's a commitment that is going to really help you to keep going. So if you would really like to continue to be physically active during the holiday period and beyond, then a commitment is required. So you can make a commitment now, knowing that you are not always going to feel like it. Sometimes when you start, it gets easier. That helps, but don't try to negotiate it. Once you've committed to a number of days, don't try to negotiate it. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't wake up in the morning and be like, well, I hope we don't wake up in the morning and say, I don't feel like brushing my teeth today. You just brush your teeth regardless of how you feel, right? So it's kind of like that. You just make a commitment and you take the emotions out of it and you just do it. So I like this quote from John Maxwell. Motivation is not going to strike you like lightning. Just do it. So it's actually a quote I have in my office. But really, at the end of the day, the motivation doesn't really keep you consistent, it's the commitment that does. The next tip I'm going to share is to help, stay consistent with physical activity during the holiday season. Plan ahead and track your progress. So you may not be in your usual environment this season, or you may have people around you, or you may have more time than usual. Either way, if you plan ahead or less time than usual, you have to plan ahead. So think about ahead of time what obstacles you may encounter and what you can do to keep moving forward. So sometimes you have to be a little bit creative, right? So if you're on vacation, maybe you usually go on the treadmill. Well, this time you can't go on the treadmill. Maybe they don't have a gym where you're staying. Maybe you take the stairs. Maybe you park far away. Maybe you walk, at the mall. But just try to figure out what it is that you can do instead ahead of time. So, for example, you make your goal, you say, I'm going to walk 5 times per week for 20 minutes for the next 30 days, right? So now you've made that plan based on all the things that, are in place for this time period for you. And then you want to track it. You want to write down that goal, you put it on your phone, and then, every day you check the days that you actually did it and make sure that you are evaluating it. Even if you didn't do it, you want to, put a cross mark or cancel out that day, but you want to keep evaluating and keep it in front of you until you are sure that you're consistent with it. So you're much more likely to do it when you write it down, you plan for it, and then you track it. So remember, we only hit what we aim at. So that's the second tip. Now, the last tip I'm going to share is having done all the planning and the tracking and all of that, it's progress over perfection. So it's important to give yourself some grace. It's not all or nothing with physical activity. Every bit helps. So even 10 minutes of activity per research has been shown to have health benefits. So maybe it's a busy day, or maybe the weather is bad, something came up, you couldn't do what you planned. Just, that's okay. Don't give up. Just pick it up the next day. And I love an analogy Ruchika, a health coach here at Clinic, gives. She talks about if you drop your phone, you don't then go on and then stomp on it and break it. You pick it up, you try to fix it, you try to take care of it, right? Same way with our health, same way with how we treat ourselves. If we don't do what we said we're going to do, that's not the time to make it worse by just giving up. We pick ourselves up and we figure out what we need to do to keep going. So, having said that, it's good to have backup plans. So if you know, you know ahead of time that there's a day that is going to be more difficult, you can decide to do something else instead. Maybe you include the family in your physical activity. You do something more active together, like an exercise video. You can do a dance competition. There's so many things online. You can play a game that is more active if you know you're going to be spending more time with the family. So just try your best to plan the best you can, but give yourself some grace. Exercise is medicine. So this holiday season, take it like a vitamin. Okay, so I recommend that you make a commitment and plan to start today. And I'd love to hear about, what you decided. So do something today. Don't wait. You can, like I said, exercise is medicine. So imagine instead of feeling tired, stressed, overall just unhealthy, you start the new year feeling healthier and stronger. You're thinking clearer because you remained physically active. So next week, I'll be sharing tips on how to maintain a healthy sleep routine during the busy holiday season. You can connect with us in 3 ways. You can register for our free upcoming workshop on insulin resistance and maintaining a healthy weight. You can see the link in the comments for that. You can go on our website, intouchprimarycare.com, to learn more and enroll in our practice as a patient. Or you can connect with me by scheduling a free 15-minute meeting with me by clicking on the link on our website. All right, I'll see you next week. Have a happy holidays.